What's going on, guys? Thanks for joining me today. Guys, I want to talk to you about something that I know we all have as watch collectors. We all have these, and I just wanted to talk about my top 10 watch pet peeves or things that grind my watch OCD, because we all have it. We will all look at a watch and say, yes, that's for me, and find out one thing on it that you don't like, and you're like, nope, can't buy it just for that. Or maybe you'll buy it, and if it's like something on the bracelet, you'll immediately replace the bracelet because there's something that just eats at you that you gotta change, and you hate it. So we're gonna go over 10 of those. Now, these are in no particular order. All right, these are just some of my watch pet peeves, and they don't necessarily mean I won't buy the watch, especially if I like everything else on it. There's just that one tiny thing. Sometimes I'll go ahead and say, yeah, pull the trigger and I'll buy it. All right, so I got a list here. We're gonna go over, again, not in any particular order, but we're gonna go over 10 of my watch pet peeves that really just irritate me. So number one, if I cannot get the clasp centered on my wrist. When you size your watch, okay, I have got to get, here I'm wearing the Seiko speed timer here, I have got to get the clasp centered along with the watch. Otherwise, it'll irritate me. If it's way over here off to one side or something, I know that doesn't bother some people, but my gosh, if I can't get it lined right up, it's curtains for me. It's done. I can't do it. I got to get it as close as possible. Otherwise, it'll just eat at me. So that's one. Hollow end links, for God's sakes. Why do we even have those nowadays? You got brands in a couple $100 range that will have solid end links. Hollow end links on a watch, especially Seiko, as you get up to 3, 4, 5. There's no excuse for a watch that costs $350 to have hollow end links nowadays. It's ridiculous. There's no excuse for that. So that hollow end links just absolutely grind my gears. Misaligned anything on a watch, Seiko, talking to you. But there's other brands. Misaligned anything. Misaligned bezels, misaligned chronograph hands, misaligned. If the second hand, especially quartz, that's kind of in line with it. Misaligned hands or misaligned second hand that's not hitting all the indices on a quartz, that right there is usually a deal breaker for me. I'm not having no second hand be like right in the middle of, no, I'm not doing it. That stuff is it's ridiculous. All right, number 4, bracelet with no end links. And I looked around. I don't have any watches to show you, with those, but because I don't like them. So it's like basically, so show you this Certina here. The ones that have no end links and there's a hollow space there and the bracelet, I don't like that. For some reason, it messes with me. I just don't like it. I'm not saying it's not functional. I'm not saying some people dig that. If you dig that stuff, cool, man. I can't mess with it. It just freaks me out. So to go along with this, because I see a lot of these on this particular bracelet, Milanese bracelet. That's number 5. Milanese bracelets, I do not like them. I can't stand them. And I don't pull my hair or anything, but they just the way they look, and I don't know. It gets me. Milanese bracelets, not for me. Number 6, not enough micro adjust on the bracelet. I gotta get it, and this is different for everybody, but I gotta get about a pinky. I go about on my wrist, if I can get my pinky under there, just the tip of my pinky, I'm good. That's a good adjustment for me. It's loose enough for my hands, when my wrists swell, but it's not gonna flop all over the place. I see some people, heck, the watch will be all the way down here. And hey man, this is rock the watch out. You rock that watch any way you want to. I'm just saying for me, okay? For me, I like to have a lot more micro adjust because I like to get it just perfect. And I know a lot of you guys are out there with the same thing. Number 7, expensive watches with crappy packaging. Recently did a review of the Tissot chronograph. I have it right here. It's a great watch. A lot of people think I slammed it. I did not slam it. I like it. I just don't understand why it seems like they skimped on certain things, such as putting a mineral crystal on the back and split pins on the bracelet, and the packaging was just standard packaging, and the rotors, the movement's loud. The rotor is real loud. I missed that one in the review. But the packaging was the same packaging that came with a $200 watch. This is almost a $2,000. And somebody tried to give you, well, it's not technically $2,000. Bro, it was $1,750 plus tax and shipping and all of this stuff, almost bracked at $1,850. So you're just $150 shy of $2,000. So why don't we just round up and call it a $2,000, roughly a $2,000. There you go. Does that make you feel better? Roughly a $2,000 watch came with the same packaging as the $200 watch. Now, I've stated this before. I get it. The packaging gets put on a shelf and it's usually ignored until you sell the watch, and then you say, I got all full kit. I got box of papers and everything. But there's just something, an air of when you buy a higher end watch, and to me, getting close to $2,000, that's a higher end watch. You want some of that special feeling to come with it. And when you open a nice wooden box or a very nice presentation box, it just adds to the experience. That's all. So expensive watches that come with crappy packaging, especially since other companies will put out $300 to $500 watches with watch rolls, with metal wooden boxes, with great packaging. There's no excuse for this other than cost cutting. Issues. Number 8, no sapphire crystal. I should not have put that Tissot down. I'll pick it up again. Sapphire on the front. I get it. That's where most your impacts are going to go. Okay? That's where they're going to hit. The mineral crystal in the back of this watch is potentially not going to hit anything. It's going to be resting against your wrist for the watch's entire life. So I get it. However, again, it kind of seems like when they make certain watches, or make certain decisions like split pins and, mineral crystal on the back, it kind of seems like they had the attitude of, that's good enough. Start calling these watches good enough watches. That's good enough. Like they didn't really try. And I get some of these huge companies is cost cutting. They got to cut every little cost nowadays, but it comes across in the product. It really does. Again, I'm not hating on this watch. I love it, but I don't like watches that don't come with sapphire crystal nowadays, especially on the front. And I'll give that a price range. Don't get me wrong. You got lower end costs. I completely get it, but sapphire is getting so cheap nowadays for these crystals. You could slap it on, I'd say any watch $300 and up made by major manufacturers nowadays should have sapphire crystals. I'm just saying, I just put it right there. If you are marketing a watch that's $300 and up, it should have sapphire. That's just me. Number 9, polished bracelet links on a dive watch. I recently did a review of the Glycine Combat Sub 39mm army green, or the dark green dial. It was great. It was an awesome watch. Polished center links down the bracelet. Threw it off for me. I sold it. I got rid of it. I no longer have that watch because I was going to brush the center links. I was going to brush them, and then I said, why? No, I didn't want to deal with it. I got too many watches now. I got to get rid of them. So I sent that one on its way, and I hope the new owner is enjoying it. But it messed with me. Here's a watch right here, polished links on the bracelet on the outside, but brushed in the center. Why? On a dive watch, I get it. You want to polish the edges, some of the other, okay, fine. But on the bracelet, that's just, it messes with me. I don't see a need for it, and it's extra work for them. I don't know. Again, maybe that's just me. These are my watch pet peeves and OCDs. And finally, number 10, friction fit clasps. Why on earth nowadays you have a friction fit clasp? The ones that little snaps over and that's the only thing that holds it. I don't understand that. That's like 1970s technology. Now, if that's what you're going for, if you're going for like a retro reissue and you want to keep it to like the original as possible, and the original came with a friction fit clasp, I got all that. But the clasp, you can make some of these have little buttons that are so small, for your clasp. I know some people, we want to make it slim and all that other kind of stuff. For me, if it's a friction fit clasp, sometimes it throws me off. The Tissot CSAR 1000 I had a few years back had that, and I was like, what is this? It doesn't seem very secure, although it did have the dive fold over and it probably won't come loose. It just rubbed me a wrong way. So guys, there's my top 10 watch OCD, pet peeves and stuff. Put some of yours down below that I might have missed, and then I'll sound off on them because I know we all have them, and I want to see what the differences and what some of your guys are that I might have missed. I know, come on, hit me with the Milanese. You Milanese fans, you're going to be like, what? Milanese is awesome. But just for me, man, I can't mess with it. Hey guys, thanks for watching my video today. If you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. And as always, man, rock that watch.